The Great Rift Valley is a magnificent scar on the face of Africa, an immense wound carved deep into the continent's crust, stretching for thousands of miles from the Red Sea in the north to the plains of Mozambique in the south. This vast and ancient landscape is the result of titanic forces deep within the earth. Over 40 million years ago, the relentless movement of tectonic plates began to tear the continent apart, splitting the land and creating a colossal trench that would become the Rift Valley. As the crust fractured, molten rock surged upward, birthing mighty volcanoes that towered over the plains. Rivers of lava flowed across the land, shaping new mountains and valleys, while the earth itself heaved and buckled, forming dramatic escarpments and deep basins. Over eons, this geological drama sculpted a land of astonishing contrasts. Here the sun-baked sands of arid deserts lie just miles from lush green jungles, and the valley's floor is a patchwork of habitats, each shaped by the forces of fire and time. The Rift Valley is a cradle of life, its extremes giving rise to a dazzling diversity of ecosystems. From arid deserts to verdant wetlands, from high escarpments to fertile plains, every corner of this land tells a story of adaptation and survival. Towering cliffs rise abruptly from the valley floor, their ancient faces bearing the marks of countless millennia. Below, golden grasslands ripple in the wind, providing a rich tapestry of life for the herds that roam their expanse. Scattered across the landscape are alkaline lakes, their waters shimmering with mineral hues under the relentless African sun. Though caustic and inhospitable to most, these lakes are sanctuaries for the vibrant flamingo and other uniquely adapted species. The valley's volcanic soil, dark and fertile, nourishes a web of grasses and plants that form the foundation of the food chain. This abundance supports an extraordinary array of creatures, each perfectly attuned to its own niche within the wild kingdom. The mountains and hills that flank the valley channel the weather, dictating patterns of rain and drought. In the dry season, the land becomes parched and dusty, and life gathers around the few remaining waterholes clinging to survival. When the rains return, the plains erupt in a burst of green, and the cycle of life begins anew. The rhythm of scarcity and abundance is the heartbeat of the valley, driving migrations, births, and the eternal struggle for existence. This ever-changing environment is a crucible for evolution. Over countless generations, species have adapted to the valley's shifting moods, some developing speed and agility, others camouflage or resilience to harsh conditions. Here, survival is a daily challenge. The landscape itself is both a provider and a threat, offering sustenance on one hand and danger on the other. Every creature is locked in a perpetual contest of strength, wit, and endurance. In this land forged by fire and sculpted by time, the epic struggle for life unfolds in its most primal and powerful form. For millions of years, the Rift Valley has been a stage for nature's grandest drama. A spectacle of raw, untamed beauty where the rules of nature reign supreme and the story of life is written anew with every sunrise. At the very top of this world of hunters and hunted sits the African lion, a creature whose existence is woven into the very fabric of the savannah. These magnificent cats are the undisputed rulers of the grasslands, their presence commanding respect from all who share their domain. Thriving in the open plains, lions use the tall golden grass as both shield and stage, blending seamlessly into their environment as they stalk their prey. The pride is a complex and tightly knit family, typically composed of related lionesses, their playful cubs, and a coalition of dominant males. Dominant males, with their impressive manes, stand as sentinels, symbols of strength, guardianship, and the pride's enduring legacy. Their primary duty is to defend the pride's territory from rival males, patrolling the boundaries with unwavering vigilance and fierce determination. The thunderous roar of a lion reverberates across the plains, a powerful warning that marks the edge of their domain and deters would-be challengers. Within the pride, life revolves around cooperation, mutual grooming, and the strengthening of social bonds that are vital for survival. Lionesses form the heart of the pride, working in unison to nurture the young and to orchestrate the hunt, their teamwork a marvel of instinct and coordination. Motherhood is a shared responsibility, with females often nursing and caring for cubs that are not their own, ensuring the next generation's survival. This communal care gives the cubs a precious advantage, surrounding them with protection, warmth, and constant attention. The cubs' days are filled with play, chasing, wrestling, and pouncing, each game a lesson in the skills they will need to survive. Through these playful battles they hone their instincts, learning to stalk, ambush, and outmaneuver, preparing for the challenges of adulthood. The pride's territory is its lifeblood, a vast expanse that must be defended and maintained for the group's survival. Spanning up to 100 square miles, this domain is patrolled relentlessly, its boundaries marked and reinforced by scent and sound. Scent marking and roaring are the pride's way of declaring ownership, their calls carrying for miles across the open land. Rocky outcrops or kopjes rise above the plains, offering perfect vantage points for lions to observe their surroundings. From these heights, the pride can watch the movements of herds, spot lurking dangers, and keep a vigilant eye on rival groups. During the sweltering midday heat, lions seek refuge in the shade, conserving energy for the crucial hours of dusk and dawn when the hunt begins. The pride's social structure is the foundation of its strength, enabling cooperation in both defense and the pursuit of prey. Hunting is a coordinated effort, with lionesses working together to outflank and ambush prey, their strategies refined by generations of experience. This teamwork allows them to bring down formidable animals, zebra, wildebeest, and even the powerful African buffalo, prey far beyond the reach of a solitary hunter. The pride is a living dynasty, ruling its patch of the Great Rift Valley with a blend of raw power, strategic intelligence, and an unbreakable family bond, an evolutionary masterpiece perfected over countless generations, thriving in a world untouched by any presence but their own. Hunting is a skill that is learned and perfected over a lifetime. For lions, every lesson is crucial, and each hunt is a masterclass in the art of the ambush. For the lions of the Great Rift Valley, hunting is a deadly serious business, demanding precision, patience, and teamwork. The process begins with careful observation. Lions scan the savanna, identifying potential prey and assessing the herd's movements, always searching for the weakest or most isolated target. The lionesses, as the pride's primary hunters, silently communicate through subtle body language, flicks of the tail, a glance, a shift in posture, coordinating their positions without a sound. They use the environment to their advantage, moving low through tall grass, weaving between bushes, and hugging the contours of the land to remain hidden from their prey's keen eyes. Timing is everything. The hunt often begins at dawn or dusk, when the low light cloaks their movements, making them nearly invisible to unsuspecting animals. The lionesses fan out in a wide arc, each taking up a strategic position. Some act as drivers, subtly steering the prey toward the hidden ambushes. This formation is critical. The drivers move with calculated slowness, applying just enough pressure to guide the prey, while the ambushers remain motionless, perfectly concealed. Each lioness knows her role instinctively. Years of practice and observation have honed their ability to anticipate each other's actions, creating a seamless, silent collaboration. The stalk is a test of patience and discipline. The lionesses move forward inch by inch, freezing instantly whenever the prey looks up, blending into the grass and shadows. Their tawny coats are a perfect adaptation, camouflaging them against the dry savanna. This natural disguise is essential for getting within striking distance. Muscles coiled, the lionesses hold their positions for long, tense minutes, sometimes even longer, waiting for the precise moment when the prey is most vulnerable. When the moment arrives, the ambusher explodes from cover. The initial burst is a blur of speed and power, designed to close the gap before the prey can react. The chosen lioness sprints forward, using every ounce of strength to cover the final meters in seconds, aiming to intercept the prey's escape route. Lions are built for these short, explosive chases. Their muscular bodies deliver a burst of acceleration that can catch even the most alert animal off guard. The goal is to get close enough to leap onto the prey's back or hindquarters, using their weight and powerful forelimbs to drag the animal down. As soon as the prey is grounded, the rest of the pride rushes in. Together, they secure the animal, often delivering a suffocating bite to the throat to end the struggle quickly. But even with perfect execution, success is never guaranteed. Prey animals are highly attuned to danger, and their own survival tactics are formidable. More often than not, the prey escapes, dashing away in a burst of speed, leaving the lions to regroup and try again. Antelope and other prey species are constantly vigilant, scanning the horizon, listening for the faintest sound, and watching for the slightest movement. Environmental factors play a crucial role. A sudden shift in the wind can carry the lion's scent to the prey, or a startled bird can betray their presence. If the ambush is detected even a moment too soon, the prey bolts and the lions lose their advantage, forced to abandon the chase. In this world of fine margins, a single misstep can mean the difference between a successful hunt and another day of hunger for the pride. Every hunt is a high-stakes contest, a dramatic test of the lion's tactical mastery and the prey's instinct for survival. The savannah is a living chessboard where predator and prey are locked in an endless cycle of adaptation and response, each shaping the other's destiny. Standing in direct opposition to the lion's reign is the African buffalo. These are not placid, domesticated cattle. They are massive, powerful, and notoriously unpredictable herbivores. A large bull can weigh close to a ton, and both males and females are armed with a formidable set of horns. These horns curve outwards and then meet in the middle to form a solid, bony shield known as a boss. This natural helmet is incredibly thick and can deflect even the most determined lion's attack. Buffalo are immensely strong, and their reputation for being one of the most dangerous animals in Africa is well earned. Buffalo live in huge herds, sometimes numbering in the hundreds or even thousands. This is their primary defense strategy, safety in numbers. A vast sea of black hides and sharp horns is an intimidating sight for any predator, even a pride of lions. Within the herd, there is a strong social structure. The females and their young calves are usually kept safe in the center, protected by a perimeter of powerful bulls. They are constantly communicating with one another through a series of grunts and moans, sharing information about the location of good grazing or the presence of danger. This constant vigilance makes a surprise attack very difficult. Unlike many other grazers that might flee at the first sign of trouble, the buffalo's instinct is often to stand and fight. When a predator is spotted, the herd will bunch together, presenting a wall of muscle and horn. They will fix their gaze on the threat, their heads held high, ready to charge. This collective courage is what makes them such a formidable opponent. A single buffalo is dangerous. A united herd is a near impenetrable fortress. They are known to actively mob predators and have even been observed goring and killing lions that have dared to attack one of their own. The buffalo's power is legendary among the animals of the savannah. They are a force of nature, shaping the landscape as they move, grazing down the grasslands and trampling paths through the bush. Their lives are a constant journey in search of fresh grass and water, and they must always be on the lookout for the lions that shadow their every move. They're not merely prey, they are warriors. This inherent strength and aggressive nature mean that any confrontation with a lion pride is not just a hunt, but a true battle between two of the valley's most powerful inhabitants. When under threat, the herd forms a defensive circle, with the bulls on the outside and the calves safely in the center. Their synchronized movements and strong social bonds make them a cohesive unit, capable of facing any challenge together. Vocalizations play a crucial role in their survival, with grunts and moans echoing through the savanna to alert the herd of any impending danger. The herd's immediate defensive response to a predator is a testament to their unity and strength. Their unwavering stance in the face of danger showcases their collective bravery and resilience. Moving as one, the buffalo herd is a powerful and united force, a true fortress on Hooves. The confrontation between lions and buffalo is honestly the ultimate drama of the Great Rift Valley. But the struggle for supremacy here is not limited to predator and prey. It is a world where dominance, territory, and resources are constantly contested, both between species and within them. It is a raw and violent spectacle, a clash of apex predator and formidable prey. Yet even among the lions themselves, battles erupt over food, over mates, over leadership of the pride. This is not a simple hunt, it is a war. In the buffalo herds, too, power is never guaranteed. Young bulls challenge the old, testing their strength and resolve in brutal contests. When a lion pride decides to take on a buffalo herd, they are undertaking one of the most dangerous tasks in the natural world. But before the hunt, there may be tension within the pride, rivalries and alliances shifting as each lioness asserts her place. The lions need a significant numerical advantage and a flawless plan. Male lions, meanwhile, are ever watchful for intruders, outsiders who might challenge their reign and seize control of the pride. They will try to isolate a single buffalo from the safety of the herd, perhaps a young, old, or weak individual. In the same way, buffalo bulls single out rivals, circling and sizing each other up before the inevitable collision. This is a risky maneuver, as the rest of the herd is likely to charge to the rescue. Among the lions, dominance is asserted through wrestling and displays of strength, each lioness fighting for her place in the social order. The initial attack is chaos and fury. The same chaos erupts when buffalo bulls lock horns, the ground trembling beneath their power. The lions must be brave and committed, launching themselves at an animal that is many times their size and weight. Young cubs watch and learn their future roles shaped by the outcome of these battles. They use their claws to grip the buffalo's thick hide and their powerful jaws to try and get a hold. The buffalo calves, meanwhile, are shielded by the herd, the adults forming a living barrier against danger. The buffalo, in turn, will fight back with incredible ferocity. Elsewhere, male lions battle for dominance, their clashes leaving scars that mark them for life. It will buck and spin, trying to throw the lions off its back. A defeated buffalo bull limps away, his challenge ended, the herd's hierarchy restored, at least for now. It will use its massive head and sharp horns as a weapon, swinging wildly to gore or trample its attackers. Among the lions, a snarl or a swipe can settle disputes, but sometimes only a fight will do. The dust flies and the air is filled with the roars of the lions and the bellows of the enraged buffalo. These sounds are the language of power echoing across the savannah. Often the battle can rage for hours. When the dust settles, the victors tend to their wounds. The defeated retreat to recover and regroup. The lion's strategy is one of attrition. The buffalo, in response, close ranks, their unity a formidable defense against any threat. They try to wear the buffalo down, clinging on, biting and clawing, draining its strength and stamina. Even the youngest learn the importance of strength and strategy through play and imitation. Several lionesses might work together to latch onto the buffalo's legs and hindquarters, trying to immobilize it and pull it to the ground. The herd may rally, refusing to abandon a fallen comrade. This is the critical moment. In both predator-prey and intra-species battles, a single instant can decide the outcome. If they can bring the colossal animal down, the fight is almost won. For the victors, dominance is secured, at least until the next challenger arises. But until that point, the lions are in mortal danger. Injuries are common, and even the strongest can fall. A single well-aimed kick or a thrust of a horn can inflict a fatal injury, breaking bones or piercing vital organs. The cost of failure is high and the consequences are immediate. Even if the lions are successful and manage to make a kill, the danger is not over. Rival lions may appear, seeking to steal the hard-won prize. The enraged herd may not give up so easily. They circle the carcass, their eyes fixed on the lions, ready to reclaim what was lost. Buffalo have been known to return and charge the lions, attempting to drive them from their hard-won meal. The struggle for resources is relentless, and no victory is ever absolute. They have a remarkable sense of solidarity and a long memory. The lions, too, regroup, learning from each encounter, ever adapting. A victory for the lions is a testament to their incredible power, coordination, and bravery. For the dominant, the spoils of war are sweet, but the challenge never ends. But it is a victory that always comes at a great cost and with immense risk. The scars of battle are worn by all, and the memory of loss lingers in the herd. This epic showdown is truly the ultimate expression of the struggle for survival in the valley, a deadly dance between two titans, and a world where every day is a battle for dominance, territory, and the right to survive. During the long, dry season, the Great Rift Valley is transformed. The once vibrant savanna is now a tapestry of muted golds and browns, stretching endlessly beneath a relentless sun. The lush green plains fade into brittle grass and cracked earth, the air shimmering with heat. Water, the source of all life, becomes incredibly scarce, and the land itself seems to hold its breath. Rivers shrink to a mere trickle, and many smaller streams vanish entirely. In this parched landscape, the few remaining waterholes become magnets for all wildlife, drawing life from miles around. These pools of life-giving water are a vital refuge, but they are also places of extreme danger. Here the normal rules of the savanna are suspended, and uneasy truces are formed between hunter and hunted. Animals that would normally keep a wide distance from one another are forced to share the same small space. Herds of zebra, wildebeest, and antelope gather nervously at the water's edge, their thirst driving them towards the danger. They know that predators are never far away. The lions, hyenas, and leopards use the waterholes as their primary hunting grounds during this difficult time. They do not need to search for prey, they simply need to lie in wait. The thick vegetation that often surrounds a waterhole provides the perfect cover for an ambush, turning a place of refreshment into a deadly trap. The tension at a waterhole is palpable. Every animal is on high alert, their bodies taut with anticipation, every sense straining for the slightest hint of danger. The grazers approach cautiously, their eyes scanning the bushes, their ears swiveling to catch the faintest sound. They drink quickly, desperate to quench their thirst, and retreat to the relative safety of the open plains. A sudden splash or the alarm call of a bird can send waves of panic through the assembled herds, causing a chaotic stampede. For the predators, it is a time of opportunity. They can wait patiently for an animal to become isolated or to let its guard down for just a moment. The desperate need for water makes even the most cautious prey vulnerable. This concentration of life and death makes the waterhole the epicenter of the valley's drama. It is where the struggle for survival is at its most intense and its most visible. Here a creature's life can hang by a thread, balanced between a desperate thirst and the ever-present threat of a sudden violent end. The waterhole is both a saviour and a killer, an oasis that offers life with one hand and deals death with the other. The oasis is a living tapestry woven from the interactions of countless species. Elephants jostle for space with buffalo, while flocks of birds dart between the legs of giants, snatching insects from the mud. Crocodiles lurk just beneath the surface, their eyes breaking the waterline, waiting for the unwary. Even the smallest creatures, terrapins, frogs, and dragonflies, play their part in this intricate web of life and death. The air is thick with tension and the scent of dust and fear. Every movement is watched, every sound analyzed. The oasis is a place of uneasy alliances and constant vigilance, where survival depends on both courage and caution. It is a microcosm of the entire ecosystem, a place where the brutal and beautiful realities of nature are laid bare for all to see. Here, the oasis is not just a source of water, but the very heart of life and death in the wild. While the conflict between lions and buffalo often takes center stage, it is only one of many rivalries and alliances that shape life in the Great Rift Valley. The valley is a living mosaic, where every animal group is both a neighbor and a competitor, each carving out its own place in this vibrant wilderness. Herds of antelope graze alongside zebras, their different feeding habits allowing them to share the same grasslands without direct competition. In the forests that cling to the escarpments, a different set of neighbors interact. Troops of baboons forage for fruit and seeds, often crossing paths with bushbuck and colobus monkeys, each group wary of the other's intentions. These intelligent primates are highly social and adaptable, forming tight-knit communities that defend their territory from rival troops. As they move through the woodlands, they sometimes clash with vervet monkeys over the best fruiting trees, their calls echoing through the canopy in a lively contest for resources. Yet in their search for food, baboons inadvertently help to maintain the forest, disturbing the ground and spreading seeds. Their waste ensures the growth of new trees, benefiting not just themselves but all forest dwellers. Baboons have a complex relationship with predators, especially leopards who stalk the shadows in search of an unwary member. Their sharp-eyed sentries provide an early warning system, not just for their own troop but for other animals nearby, an unspoken alliance in the face of danger. The alkaline lakes of the valley, such as Lake Natron, are a world apart, where rivalry takes on a different form. Here the environment itself is the greatest adversary, caustic, hot, and seemingly inhospitable. Yet life finds a way. Specialized organisms thrive here, forming the base of a unique food web. Vast flocks of lesser flamingos gather in their thousands, their numbers a defense against predatory marabou storks and fish eagles that patrol the skies. Their brilliant pink plumage creates a stunning spectacle, a show of unity and strength in a harsh world. Flamingos feed on rare bacteria, their specialized beaks allowing them to exploit a resource few others can. This unique adaptation reduces competition, but the threat of predation keeps them ever vigilant. They are a testament to nature's ability to adapt, thriving where others cannot, a splash of vibrant color in a world of rivalry and resilience. Out on the open grasslands, the relationships between neighbors are even more dynamic. The great migratory herds, zebras, wildebeest, and gazelles, move together in vast columns, their sheer numbers offering safety from predators. Yet, even among these herds, there is competition for the freshest grass, and rivalries flare as dominant males vie for leadership. Their lives are dictated by the rains, and their movements shape the fate of every creature in the valley. The presence of these herds is the foundation of the ecosystem, supporting a host of predators and scavengers. Lions and hyenas, eternal rivals, shadow the herds, each group testing the other's strength and cunning in a never-ending contest for supremacy. Lions hunt in coordinated prides, their teamwork a match for the speed and agility of their prey. Hyena clans, equally intelligent and powerful, often challenge lions for kills, their eerie calls echoing across the plains as they assert their dominance. Though often misrepresented as mere scavengers, hyenas are formidable hunters, capable of running down prey and outwitting their feline rivals. Their rivalry with lions is legendary, with territory and food at stake in every encounter. Sometimes the balance tips in favor of the hyenas, who can outnumber and outlast even the fiercest lion pride. Meanwhile, elephants move through the valley like gentle giants, their presence shaping the land and offering protection to smaller animals who seek refuge in their shadow. From the smallest insect to the largest mammal, every creature plays a part in the balance of this dynamic ecosystem. Dung beetles clean the plains, their tireless work benefiting all by recycling nutrients and keeping the land healthy. Vultures, the valley's sanitation crew, compete fiercely for every scrap, their sharp eyes spotting opportunity from miles away. Giraffes, towering above the rest, browse on treetops that others cannot reach, their long necks giving them exclusive access to the highest leaves. The valley is a stage for endless interactions, alliances, rivalries, and moments of unexpected cooperation. Every track in the dust tells a story of competition and coexistence, of neighbours locked in a perpetual dance of survival. The dramatic battles are just one part of a much larger story, a story of neighbours, rivals, and the delicate balance that sustains them all. This is the Great Rift Valley, a world of extraordinary relationships where every animal group is both a competitor and a vital neighbour in the wild tapestry of life. In the heart of the Great Rift Valley, every dawn signals the beginning of another relentless performance in an unforgiving theatre. Here the land itself is both stage and adversary, its beauty matched only by its harshness. There are no safety nets, no second chances. The sun scorches the earth, and the rains, when they come, are both a blessing and a test. Every day is a high-stakes contest for survival, where the smallest misstep can mean the end. The air is thick with tension, as prey and predator alike are locked in a perpetual dance of life and death. For the prey, danger is ever present, hidden in the whisper of grass, the flicker of a shadow, the silence that falls before a chase. Their senses are honed to a razor's edge, bodies primed for flight at the slightest hint of threat. Vigilance is not a choice, but a necessity. The shadow of a raptor overhead, the faintest scent of a lion on the wind, these are constant reminders that survival depends on awareness, even in moments of rest. Exhaustion is tempered by caution. The cost of letting down one's guard is simply too high. Yet predators, too, are tested by this land. Their power is matched by the uncertainty of the hunt. Hunger is a constant companion. A single failed hunt can mean days without food, and the margin for error is razor-thin. Lion prides may go for days without a substantial meal, their strength ebbing as the savannah tests their endurance. An injury, whether from the horn of a buffalo or the kick of a zebra, can spell doom. In this world, weakness is a beacon for rivals and scavengers. A wounded predator is quickly marked, its vulnerability exploited by opportunistic hyenas or rival lions. Mercy is a luxury the wild cannot afford. Rival prides and hyena clans are ever watchful, ready to seize a kill or territory from the weakened. The struggle for dominance is as fierce as the struggle for food. This relentless pressure shapes every instinct, every adaptation. It is the crucible in which resilience is forged. The need to survive drives animals to become stronger, faster, and more cunning with each generation. The gazelle's speed is a living testament to the relentless pursuit of the cheetah, a race that has shaped both hunter and hunted. The lion's strategy, cooperation and coordination, evolved to bring down prey that would be impossible to tackle alone. The buffalo's aggression and unity are their shield, a living wall against the ever-present threat of predation. This is an evolutionary arms race, an endless cycle of adaptation and counter-adaptation played out over millennia. The struggle is the engine of creation, driving the astonishing diversity and complexity of life that flourishes here. There is no malice, no cruelty, only the unyielding necessity to survive and endure. The lioness that brings down a buffalo calf does so not out of evil, but to nourish her young and ensure the pride's future. The hyena that steals a leopard's kill is not cruel, but driven by the same primal urge to survive another day. This is nature in its purest form, raw, unfiltered, and honest. Every moment is a testament to resilience. The wild is a place of breathtaking beauty and brutal efficiency, where life and death are woven together in an intricate tapestry. The struggle is endless and unforgiving, a powerful primal drama that defines the wild heart of Africa. Here, resilience is not just a trait, but the very essence of existence. In this theatre, the only story is that of survival, written anew with every sunrise. The great Rift Valley, this ancient cradle of life, stands at a crossroads. Its wild heart beats on even as the world around it changes. The wilderness faces challenges, shrinking spaces, shifting landscapes, and the ever-present test of survival. Yet within these lands a quiet resilience endures. Ancient migratory routes may be threatened, but the instinct to roam, to adapt, and to find new paths remains strong in every creature. The timeless dance between predator and prey continues, a testament to the balance and beauty of nature's design. In the silence of dawn, the lion's roar echoes across the plains, and the antelope's leap signals hope, a future written in the tracks they leave behind. Among the animals, a quiet cooperation unfolds. Herds move together, birds call warnings, and even rivals respect the boundaries of survival. The land itself offers sanctuary, hidden valleys, dense thickets, and winding rivers where life finds refuge and renewal. In these wild spaces, elephants lead their young to water, lions teach their cubs to hunt, and herds gather in the safety of numbers. Every sunrise brings new beginnings. Calves are born, flocks take flight, and the chorus of life rises with the dawn. The ecosystem thrives on connection. From the smallest insect to the mightiest buffalo, each life is a thread in the tapestry of the valley. In places where the wild endures, herds grow stronger, and the rhythm of migration beats on, undeterred by the passage of time. Cubs play in the safety of tall grass, buffalo move as one across the plains, and the promise of tomorrow is carried in every new life. The future of the valley is written in the resilience of its animals, in the wisdom passed from one generation to the next, and in the silent agreements that keep the wild in balance. The animals themselves are the guardians of this land, shaping its destiny through their choices, migrations, and ancient instincts. As the seasons turn, the wild adapts. New alliances form, old rivalries fade, and the spirit of the valley endures, undaunted, unbroken. The fate of the lions, the buffalo, and all the creatures of the great Rift Valley is bound together in hope, a hope that springs eternal in the wild. Protecting this living theatre is about honoring the legacy of nature and believing in the power of life to renew itself. The health of these wild places is the heartbeat of the planet, a reminder that as long as the wild endures, so does hope. The story of the great Rift Valley is not yet finished. It is written every day by the animals who call it home, and by the promise of a future where the wild still runs free. May the great drama of the valley continue for generations to come, a beacon of hope for all life on Earth. Beneath the surface of the great Rift Valley, an intricate web connects every living creature. Here life and death are entwined in a delicate balance, each moment, each movement, a thread in a vast tapestry. The predator's pursuit is not just a struggle for survival, but a force that shapes the land itself. Lions stalk the grasslands, their eyes fixed on the herds, while leopards slip through the shadows, masters of silent patience. Yet every hunt is only a single link in the chain. When the chase ends, scavengers emerge from the margins. Hyenas, vultures, and jackals gather, each playing their part in the cycle of renewal. Nothing goes to waste. Every scrap sustains another life, and the nutrients return to the soil, nourishing the grass that feeds the herds. The prey are not mere victims, but vital players in this story. Their vigilance and speed sharpen the skills of their hunters, and their numbers shape the rhythm of migration. Even the smallest creatures, dung beetles, termites, and ants, carry out essential tasks, breaking down the remnants and enriching the earth. This is the balance of nature, a living system where every creature has a role. The strong may dominate, but the survival of the many depends on the actions of the few, from the tallest giraffe browsing the treetops to the tiniest insect burrowing beneath the ground. Each life is a note in the valley's eternal symphony. In this web, competition gives way to cooperation, rivalry to coexistence. The wild endures not through the strength of one, but through the harmony of all. Here in the heart of the valley, the food web is the silent architect of survival, a masterpiece woven from countless lives, forever in motion, forever in balance. As daylight fades and the savanna surrenders to the hush of night, a hidden world awakens. The valley's nocturnal residents emerge, their lives unfolding in the cool darkness far from the reach of the sun. Eyes gleam beneath acacia trees, unyielding and unblinking, perfectly adapted to pierce the inky black. The aardvark shuffles silently, its powerful claws breaking open termite mounds in search of a midnight feast. Nearby, the serval glides through tall grass, ears swiveling with uncanny precision, catching the faintest rustle of a mouse. Every movement is calculated, every step a dance of patience and predation. Bats flutter overhead, weaving intricate patterns as they hunt for moths and beetles, their echolocation mapping the unseen. The bush baby leaps from branch to branch, its large eyes glowing, a master of agility and stealth. Even the tiniest creatures are transformed by night. Beetles and moths take to the air, pollinating flowers that bloom only in darkness. Predator and prey alike are cloaked in shadows, their senses sharpened for the nightly contest. The spotted hyena, so often seen as a scavenger by day, turns to skilled hunter by night, coordinating with the clan in silent pursuit. Tiny genets slip along tree limbs, their spotted coats blending with moon-dappled foliage, while owls perch in silence, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In these hours the valley's hidden symphony plays on, a chorus of chirps, hoots, and rustling leaves. Each creature is shaped by the darkness, each adaptation a testament to survival. Here the night belongs to the wild, and the secrets of the shadows are kept by those who call them home. With the arrival of distant thunder and the scent of rain carried on the wind, a new chapter begins on the savanna. Across the horizon dust clouds rise, heralding the great migration. For millions of wildebeest, zebra, and antelope, the journey is both a ritual and a reckoning, dictated by the shift of seasons and the promise of greener pastures. The herds surge forward, moving as one living river. Calves stumble alongside their mothers, learning the rhythm of survival with every step. Predators watch from the shadows, alert to opportunity, while crocodiles lie in wait at swollen rivers, barriers that must be crossed, no matter the danger. The journey is long and fraught with peril. Parched earth gives way to treacherous mud, and the relentless sun beats down on the weary travellers. Some will falter, claimed by exhaustion or hunger, but the pull of fresh grazing grounds is irresistible, an ancient instinct driving them onward. Birds wheel overhead, following their own invisible highways, while elephants navigate the landscape with memories passed down through generations. Each animal faces its own challenges, finding water, shelter, and safety in a world transformed by the march of the seasons. Yet even in hardship there is hope. New life is born along the way, and the land itself is renewed by the passage of so many hooves. For the animals of the valley, migration is more than a journey. It is a testament to endurance, unity, and the unbreakable bond between life and the land. As the herds disappear into the distance, the savanna is forever changed, until the rains call them home once more. In the grand tapestry of the savanna, apex predators stand as the guardians of balance. Lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas, each plays a crucial role in maintaining the health of this intricate ecosystem. Their presence ensures that no single species dominates, allowing a diverse array of life to flourish. Lions, the undisputed kings, patrol their territories with unmatched authority. By preying on the weak and the old, they help keep herbivore populations in check, preventing overgrazing and allowing vegetation to regenerate. This in turn provides habitat and food for countless other species, from insects to birds. Leopards, the solitary stalkers, target smaller prey, and those who venture into the dense underbrush. Their secretive nature and diverse diet contribute to controlling the numbers of various species, ensuring no single group overwhelms the ecosystem. Cheetahs, the swift hunters, focus on speed over strength. By targeting the young and the nimble, they add another layer of regulation to the complex web of life. Their specialized hunting techniques and preference for smaller prey ensure that no corner of the savanna is left unchecked. Hyenas, often misunderstood, play a dual role as both hunters and scavengers. Their powerful jaws can crush bone, allowing them to consume carcasses that others leave behind. This not only cleans the landscape, but also recycles nutrients back into the soil, nourishing the next generation of plant life. Each predator, through its unique hunting strategies and dietary preferences, contributes to a dynamic equilibrium. They keep prey populations balanced, which in turn influences plant growth and the availability of resources for other animals. Without these apex predators, the delicate harmony of the savanna would collapse, leading to overpopulation, habitat destruction, and a loss of biodiversity. The role of apex predators extends beyond mere survival. They are the architects of their environment, shaping the landscape through their interactions. In their absence, the ecosystem would become unrecognizable, a shadow of its former self. As the sun sets over the savanna, the silhouettes of these majestic hunters remind us of nature's intricate design. They are not just predators, they are the keepers of the balance, ensuring that life continues to thrive in this ever-changing world. In the grand scheme of the savanna, every roar, every chase, every hunt is a testament to the delicate balance that sustains life. The apex predators, with their strength and prowess, are the guardians of this balance, ensuring that the circle of life remains unbroken. In the endless contest between predator and prey, it is not only the hunters who shape the savanna. Every zebra, gazelle, and wildebeest is armed with a unique arsenal of survival strategies honed by countless generations. These are the unsung masters of adaptation, whose very existence is a testament to nature's ingenuity. Camouflage is their first line of defense. The cryptic stripes of the zebra break up its outline in the shimmering heat, making it difficult for predators to single out an individual. Impalas, with their earth-toned coats, blend seamlessly into the tall grasses, vanishing from sight at the slightest hint of danger. Some species take survival a step further, employing mimicry to deceive both predator and rival. The harmless African mimic butterfly, for instance, sports wing patterns that resemble those of toxic species, warding off would-be attackers with a bluff of danger. But perhaps the most powerful weapon in the prey's arsenal is unity. Herds move as one, thousands of eyes and ears scanning for threats. When danger looms, they erupt into a coordinated ballet of movement, confusing predators and reducing the odds for any single target. Even the smallest creatures play their part. Meerkats stand sentry, alerting their family with a chorus of warning calls at the first sign of a shadow overhead. Vigilance, speed, and cooperation, these are the keys to survival on the savanna. Every day is a test, and every member of the herd is both a guardian and a survivor. In this intricate dance of life and death, it is not just strength that ensures survival, but adaptability and unity. Here on the sun-baked plains, the prey species are not merely the hunted. They are nature's strategists, ever alert, ever evolving, and vital to the balance of the wild. The savanna is a land of extremes, where the relentless cycle of droughts and floods shapes the lives of its inhabitants. These natural disasters test the resilience and adaptability of every species, pushing them to their limits and beyond. During droughts, the landscape transforms into a parched wasteland. Waterholes dry up, and the once lush grasslands turn into barren dust bowls. In these harsh times, the struggle for survival intensifies. Elephants, with their incredible memory and social bonds, lead their herds across vast distances in search of water. Their trunks become lifelines, digging deep into the earth to unearth hidden reserves. For smaller creatures, ingenuity becomes their greatest asset. The African bullfrog, for instance, burrows into the mud, encasing itself in a cocoon of mucus to retain moisture until the rains return. Similarly, the lungfish can estivate, slowing its metabolism and breathing through a mucus cocoon for months, waiting for the life-giving rains. When the rains finally arrive, they do so with a vengeance. Floodwaters sweep across the plains, turning dry riverbeds into raging torrents. Yet even in the face of such chaos, life finds a way. The Nile crocodile, a master of both water and land, takes advantage of the abundance, feasting on fish and other aquatic creatures brought by the floods. Meanwhile, the red-billed quelea, often called the locust bird, thrives, using the inundated landscapes to breed in massive colonies, their numbers swelling in response to the bountiful resources. But it's not just the large and the small that adapt. Entire ecosystems shift and evolve. Fish migrate to newly formed lakes, hippos create channels that benefit countless other species, and the landscape itself becomes a mosaic of opportunity and challenge. These cycles of drought and flood are not just trials, they're catalysts for evolution. They force every creature to adapt, innovate, and overcome. The resilience of the savanna's inhabitants is a testament to the power of nature's design. In the face of adversity, life doesn't just endure, it thrives, finding harmony in the most unpredictable of environments. In this ever-changing world, the true masters are those who can bend but not break, who can adapt and endure. The trials of nature forge a community of survivors, each playing their role in the grand tapestry of life. As the sun sets on the savanna, casting long shadows over the land, we are reminded of the enduring spirit of its inhabitants. Through drought and flood they persevere, embodying the essence of resilience and adaptation. In their struggle we find a profound lesson that in the face of nature's trials, triumph is born from unity, ingenuity, and the relentless will to survive. Across the sprawling savanna, a silent conversation unfolds, a tapestry of signals, scents, and sounds that bind the wild together. Here, every creature is both messenger and listener, fluent in a language shaped by survival. Lions announce their presence with thunderous roars, echoing across the plains to warn rivals and gather their pride. Their low rumbles, barely audible to human ears, carry hidden messages, comfort for cubs or signals of intent to fellow hunters. Elephants communicate with seismic rumbles, vibrations so deep they travel through the earth itself. These low-frequency calls can reach herds miles away, sharing news of danger, water, or reunion. Zebras and wildebeests rely on body language, flicks of the tail, the tilt of an ear, a sudden freeze in motion. These subtle cues ripple through herds, alerting others to predators lurking in the grass. Scent tells its own story. Hyenas mark their territory with pungent secretions, invisible boundaries that warn outsiders to keep their distance. Antelopes leave trails with their hooves, guiding family members through the maze of grass and thicket. Birds, too, are masters of communication. The lilac-breasted roller flashes its vibrant wings in a dazzling display, a visual signal to attract mates or claim territory. Meanwhile, the weaver bird's intricate nests are silent advertisements of skill and strength. Even at night, the savanna hums with messages. Bats emit high-pitched calls, mapping the darkness with echoes. Frogs croak in chorus, each species tuned to its own frequency, so mates can find one another amid the cacophony. In this world without words, every gesture, call and scent mark is vital. It is a living language, ancient, complex, and ever-evolving. Through these unique methods of communication, the animals of the savanna coordinate hunts, avoid danger, find mates, and maintain the delicate balance of life. On these vast plains, understanding is survival, and in the language of the wild, every voice matters. Beneath the tall grasses and under the scattered acacia trees, a hidden world thrives, one seldom seen, yet vital to the heartbeat of the savanna. Here, insects reign as the unsung architects of the ecosystem, their lives woven quietly into the fabric of the wild. Termites, small but mighty, build towering mounds that rise above the plains, natural skyscrapers engineered with precision. Inside, millions work in perfect harmony, recycling dead wood and turning it into fertile soil. Their tunnels aerate the earth, allowing rainwater to seep deep and nourish the roots below. Army ants march relentlessly, a living river that sweeps across the land. Their coordinated raids leave nothing behind, keeping populations in check and providing food for countless scavengers. In their wake, birds and small mammals follow, seizing the chance to feast on fleeing insects. Dung beetles perform a humble but indispensable task. Rolling and burying dung, they cleanse the land and return precious nutrients to the soil. Their tireless labor fertilizes the grass, feeding the herds that roam above. Butterflies and bees flutter from flower to flower, pollinating plants with every delicate landing. This silent exchange sustains the cycle of growth, ensuring the savanna's bounty continues season after season. Even the tiniest creatures, ants tending to aphids, spiders spinning silken traps, play their part, each thread strengthening the web of life. Here, in the shadows and underfoot, insects shape the destiny of the savanna. Without them, the grasslands would wither, the herds would dwindle, and the balance would collapse. In this hidden world, every wing beat, every burrow, and every step matters, reminding us that the smallest lives often hold the greatest power. In the vast expanse of the savanna, survival is a delicate dance, a dance choreographed by the intricate relationships between its inhabitants. These symbiotic bonds, where different species depend on each other for survival, are the lifeblood of this ecosystem. Take the oxpecker and the buffalo, for instance. The oxpecker rides on the buffalo's back, feasting on ticks and parasites that plague the large mammal. In return, the buffalo gets a much-needed grooming, free from the pests that could weaken its health. This mutualism benefits both, creating a bond that ensures their coexistence in the wild. Then there are the cleaner fish and hippos. As hippos wallow in waterholes, cleaner fish dart around them, nibbling away dead skin and parasites. This not only provides the fish with a constant food source, but also keeps the hippos clean and healthy, preventing infections that could arise from stagnant water. In the air, we find the relationship between the honey-guide bird and the honey badger. The honey-guide locates beehives and leads the honey badger to them. The badger, with its thick skin and strong claws, breaks open the hive, feasting on honey and larvae. Once the badger has had its fill, the honey-guide swoops in to enjoy the leftover beeswax and grubs. This partnership ensures that both species benefit from their unique skills. On the ground, we witness the bond between the acacia tree and the ants. The acacia provides shelter and nectar for the ants, while the ants defend the tree from herbivores and other threats. This alliance ensures the tree's survival and, in turn, the ants' sustenance. Even in the harshest conditions, these symbiotic relationships thrive, demonstrating the interconnectedness of life on the savanna. From the tiniest insect to the largest mammal, each species plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of this intricate web of life. In the savanna, no creature is truly alone. Every life is intertwined with another, creating a tapestry of interdependence that is both beautiful and essential. These symbiotic bonds remind us that in nature, cooperation often trumps competition, and together survival is not just possible, it is inevitable. Across the endless plains and ancient woodlands, a silent war has shaped the savanna for millions of years. Long before humans ever set foot here, evolutionary forces sculpted both predator and prey, each adapting in a relentless arms race for survival. The earliest ancestors of today's big cats once stalked the shadows, their bodies evolving for speed, stealth, and power. Over countless generations, sharper claws, keener eyesight, and more complex hunting strategies emerged, each innovation giving rise to a new kind of hunter. But the prey, too, were not idle. Herds of antelope and wildebeest developed longer legs for swifter escapes, heightened senses to detect danger, and complex social behaviors to confuse their pursuers. Camouflage patterns, warning calls, and even coordinated group maneuvers became their shields against extinction. This dynamic interplay Predator pushing prey, prey pushing predator, drove the evolution of both, forging the remarkable diversity of life visible today. Crocodiles, unchanged for eons, perfected the art of ambush along riverbanks. Lions learned to hunt in coordinated prides, while zebras evolved dazzling stripes to disrupt a hunter's view. Each adaptation, whether offensive or defensive, is a testament to the power of natural selection. The savanna's apex predators and their quarry are locked in a perpetual contest, their fates forever entwined. This ongoing saga, written not in words but in tooth and claw, underpins the very fabric of the wild. In this ancient theatre, the drama of life and death continues, echoing through time, shaping not only the creatures themselves but the entire ecosystem they inhabit. And as the sun sets over the grasslands, the legacy of evolution endures, unseen, unending, and utterly magnificent.